Hello everyone, welcome to the afternoon stream. My name is Dudezord and we do cool game dev shit in here. And for this beautiful afternoon we'll be doing some Unreal Engine development. We'll be working on our little RTS game that we've been developing for, well, myself for 4 months, but other friends for 2 years already. And yeah, might as well get started, you know? Might as well get started. Let me just prepare my incredible layout here. Okay. Pretty cool. Okay. Change scene. Good afternoon. I wish it's like 10 a.m. here. Well, it's 2:30 p.m. here, so they're about to have me in meetings all day. Oh, so sorry to hear. I would say it's probably the only good thing about being unemployed is I have no meetings to attend at all. No meetings at all. But no meetings means no salary, so it is what it is. So everyone, we finally got the changes that we have worked on for the past week merged. All of the selection stuff. Let me see if we have bots or not. Okay, I don't want bots, thank you very much. But essentially all of the selection stuff that we worked on the past week has been merged yesterday. So now we get to work on a new task, which is still related to what we've been working on. So it won't actually be a brand new task, unfortunately. But yeah, let me just do a quick demo on everything that we've worked for this past week. So we have regular units, you know, and if the unity moves and you click and hold on their picture, they follow the camera, pretty cool. You can also attach a rally flag to a unit. See, and now if the unit moves, the flag goes with it. All of this is pretty awesome stuff. And then you can also have multiple units selected. And it shows like this little grid right here, and when you click on one of those profile pictures, it only selects one of the units that are part of this group. So yeah, this is what we've been working on, and the task for the day of today is essentially add. I don't know if this is a little bit small. It might be, but I actually don't know how to like zoom the UI. I don't know if there's a way or not, but essentially the objective is that for first I need to toggle this because we need to show the video non-stop. But for this little panel here of all of the units that are selected, we will also want to display an health bar for each one of them, so that if we have them selected, we at least at a glance we can know if they have good health or not. So yeah, that's the plan. So we have our task here, which is add health bar to multi-select unit icon, which is these ones. And not to try to spoil much, but here is our reference from Warcraft 3. So we will be wanting to add like this little health bar in here, you see. So that's the plan. Okay, let me see the messages now. Or more 9:30 a.m., but I'm rounding up. Okay, they're about to have meetings all day. I swear people I work with just love stress, lol. So is this your own game or are you contributing to someone else's? I currently don't have own games. All the games that I'm working are someone else's games, but they are close friends and they are willing to pay me a small amount of money to help. Well, also because I'm unemployed, you know, so, and they are not. so they kind of are willing to pay me a little bit just so I have content to post and also to help with the expenses, you know. So pretty cool stuff. But yeah, I've been working on this since December. They have been working on this since 2 years ago, and this is originated from a Warcraft 3 mod called Risk Reforged, which is a 20-year-old mod by now. So this game, as it is, kind of exists for 20 years old now, but we decided that we wanted to build a standalone version so we could put it on Steam and try to make some money out of this. The original Warcraft 3 version has hundreds of players every week, so we are trying to capitalize on that and have them migrate to this newer version, prettier version, but that still plays fairly similar to what they are used to. On the path to being an independent dev. I actually, some people have been coming to the stream and some people have known me for several years already. And most of them have been almost daring me, challenging me to make my own game. And honestly, I don't really feel like I have the qualities to make a good game on my own, you know. Because even here on Twitch, everyone that is pretty successful, they are not a coder first, you know. They know how to do art, they know how to do the 3D modeling stuff, they know how to do pixel art, 2D sprites and all of that. And the code for them comes next. I'm a coder first. I don't know how to do anything else. So if I were to have art in my game, I wouldn't be the one doing it because I don't know how to. I just don't have that skill set. And people some people agree and some people disagree, but I truly believe that if your game looks like shit, no one is gonna play your game. And your game might look awesome, incredible in terms of art, and if your code quality is meh, it's still fine, it's still a fun game because people won't be judging your code. So that's why you don't actually need to be like an excellent coder to make a game. But that's not the issue that I currently have. The issue that I have is that I don't know how to do art assets at all. Well, I could maybe have other people on the community helping me, but I also don't want people working for free, you know. I would like to pay for that, for each person's time, but currently being unemployed, I also don't have the funds to do that. So yeah, I'd rather do my own thing, and I help people when people need help, hopefully with money. I really like when people give me money. I'm not a big fan of all the revenue share model. But yeah, I don't know. For now, this is the content that I'm providing here on stream. I like doing this. I really enjoy this, working on this game. I don't play this game, by the way. I'm terrible at it. It's not one of those games where I will play ever. But I mean, it's very fun, and the challenges on this game are unique. I'm a coder first too, lol, and I don't know art either. Artists always say you can learn, but you can learn. That's the thing, you can learn. But that's almost the same thing as saying, oh, you can become a professional football player. Of course you can, if you start practicing at 6 years old. You know, you can be an amazing artist if you start practicing at 6, 8, 10 years old. It's not a 36, almost 35-year-old me that is now gonna try and learn how to draw and model, you know. That shit takes years to learn and to master. So yeah, I don't know. I could probably like cook. When I say cook, like I could probably like make something, you know. I could learn like the very basics of color theory, and at the very least know if something that I was doing looked like crap or not. Sure, but it wouldn't be enough to make that game like pop, you know? There's a Twitch streamer friend, which is called, he's not streaming right now. By the way, Ginger Dev released the game. I played the game is really, really fun. But there's this guy, you know, like called Ryan Art. He's working on a game. I don't know if the game is here. Woods of War, wishlist on Steam. I'll show it to you. He's an artist first. He just learned how to code later. But he drew all of this. Like, this freaking looks amazing. I would never in my wildest dreams be able to do 1/100th of what is here in terms of art, you know? And he did it all by himself because he's an artist first. And I mean, it looks freaking cool. I just wish I had this this ability. I mean, look at these characters. They are incredibly detailed for even for pixel art, you know? Like, it's freaking amazing. And it's kind of similar to... Well, but this is also very stylized, you know? But then you have another game, which is the game by Ginger Dev, which is All Hail the Orb. And I mean, you need to know how to draw, you know? This is more simple of a game in terms of art, you know? But you still need to learn how to draw. But I would never be able to build like a tile set that looked 1/10 of what this is. And I mean, they're fairly simple assets. Like, this is a duck, you know? They're fairly simple assets. But look at this, like, I would never be able to do this. And because I know I won't be able to, I just don't even try. I don't need to try. I know I don't have this capability in me. So, yeah, I don't think I'll ever be a solo game dev. I would probably, just to show more pictures, by the way, but I'll probably maybe cooperate with someone that knows art better than me, you know? Because I wouldn't ever be able to do this. And they are artists first. And that's the good thing about being... If you are a great coder, it doesn't mean that you'll make a great game. But if you are a good artist and an average coder, you have all the tools that you need. And it's way easier to learn how to code than to learn how to make art. That's essentially the take here for me. Also really easy for non-artist devs to get accustomed to looking at dev art. And next thing you know, the game releases looking bad. I don't know if that's true, you know? I don't know if that's true. I'm a non-artist. Like, I'm way below your average person in terms of art. But if I were to like create placeholders, I would still know that my placeholders would look like shit, you know? And even if I were to iterate on them over and over again, just to try to improve a little bit on their quality, I would always know they would look like shit. It's not something of a... I think I would know if my game looked bad. Like, I'm very self-critical of my abilities, and I know I just don't have them in terms of art. And I don't think non-artist devs lack that either. I think they can analyze their art creations and criticize them, The thing is, if they are working solo, they don't have any other chance. Like, their chance is to release the game as it is, because it's the best that they can output. It's not amazing, but it's the best that they can do. The alternative is to pay someone else an absurd amount of money, because making art takes a shit ton of money. And if you are working solo and you are unemployed, or you are eating from your life savings for years and years on end, you are not willing to spend that much money on art by an external person. Need another person looking at it from an outsider perspective. Yes, but not for an artistic critic session. Just to like do a pass on does the user experience look good? Does the scaling of the difficulty look good? But that's just the job of having multiple playtesters. And yeah, playtesters are 100% required in any game. I really doubt anyone can release a game without anyone else playing and having it be like successful. The cat is being very annoying today. I don't know what's going on with him. He already was outside for like 1 hour. Lounging in the sun, warming up. Now he's just being annoying. Typical cat behavior. Typical cat behavior. Yeah, that's the current issue I have. One, I don't have any game idea to work on my own, and two, I don't have the artistic skills to make art. That's all there is to it. And I won't pretend I'll have, and I don't think I'm not even willing to try, because I know it's gonna look like crap. What do you need, cat? What do you need? Oh, I think he wants me to like prepare his sofa, and the sofa is like all messed up. Hold on, be right back. Okay, I think the cat is now laying down on his little sofa, so I think we can continue. Yeah, I lack an idea. I lack an idea, and I lack the artistic skills. That's essentially all there is to it. I don't like this music that I added yesterday. Bye. Okay, so objective for the day, or for the afternoon, we need to add some sort of health bar, you know, to that little guy there. So now there are two ways that we can do it. Essentially, that little icon there. I don't know if I can actually like show it properly, but this little icon here, whenever I have can I like show this better? No. Okay, maybe like this. Okay. So this little icon here, you know, for the units, is the same as this one, and is the same as these ones. So they are all the same. But then we have like internal behavior to enable and disable features. And in this case, these ones have like a shortcut key, like it shows which key you can press in order to spawn a unit, which it doesn't on this end. But also these ones have like a cost, you know, and the tooltip and all of that. And this one has a tooltip, but probably shouldn't. And these ones don't even have a tooltip. So there's all of this weird behavior. So what we need to decide, is, do we add an health bar to that icon, or do we create a new type of widget, which is that icon but with a little bar on the bottom? You know? Do we essentially just make it even harder on ourselves to extend functionality? Or do you try to refactor it? And if we try to refactor it, should we refactor everything else as well? Yeah, more UI stuff. I mean, that's the stream title. If only you could read. Yeah, more UI stuff. Or even if you check the Discord message, battling UI changes again, Lamau. Ay ay ay. Too long didn't read. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I need to. That's what I need to decide on, because there's this image here, which has the image and the text, you know, that by default is not showing, but it could show like the text. And now my question is, do I add the bar here, or do I create a separate widget that uses this unit button plus an health bar? You know, the easiest way is to add here, but the thing is, if I want to add it here, then I might as well refactor this button out, like this hotkey button out. But then what if I want to have an health bar on the hotkey, you know? Yeah, maybe I should add. Maybe I should add the thing here. Cuphead is so good. Sounds very Brazilian, like samba. Okay, let me just message my beautiful dad. Yeah, it's not my wife now. Now he's my dad. Yeah, so should I add it here? That's my doubt. And if I add it there, yeah, I don't know. Because in this case, it shows underneath the icon, you know? So I have like the button image, and then it might have like an icon underneath it. I don't know. I legit don't know what's the best way to do this. Do any of you have any idea? Any suggestion whatsoever? Let me maybe check one of the YouTube games. Add it to existing one and factor later if needed. Yeah, see, these are the things that they have. Do they have like a fortress? Oh. Oh, so here is how they spawn like different entities. QWUSD. But yeah. Because in our game, this Q widget here looks identical to this guy here. But now I wonder, when do you have multiple of them? Bro, can you like select stuff? Yeah. So when you select, it looks like this regular square with a bar underneath. What I'm scared about is if I were to add a bar underneath this, that it's gonna look like shit, you know? Yeah. Yeah, I also feel like it should be configurable. Because the issue that I currently have... Oh, this is another new song. Okay, are we liking the new songs? Are the new songs good? Let me know. But essentially, we now have the unit button. Okay, and the unit button already has the icon. It has a tooltip. And then it also has the shortcut button, shortcut key, whatever. And the thing is that what I was thinking is that I would add a unit button with health, you know, a unit button with health. And this would have my regular unit button, and then this would have like some sort of health bar underneath the unit button. So this was my original plan, because then I can decide if I want a regular unit button or a unit button with health. But if I do this refactor, then I might as well have this unit button and then a unit button with a shortcut key, you know. And then, okay, hold on. So this is version A. Version 1. Okay, this is gonna be version 2. So on version 2, we could have this, which is even more convoluted, you know, where essentially I have this, you know. So I have a unit button that displays the shortcut key, a unit button that displays health, just a regular unit button, you know. But the thing is, what if I want to show health and the shortcut at the same time, you know? What if I want to show the health and the shortcut at the same time? Then this won't work, and I'm just refactoring too much. But maybe I could move the health bar here, you know. This would be, I guess, version 3. I could move the health bar here. This would be like an optional. This is optional, and this is optional as well. And this is optional as well. But what I'm afraid of is that adding this health bar will modify the height of the unit button, and then it might look like crap here. It might look like shit in here, and it might look like shit in here, and just look fine here. You know? Then the parent unit button has to change positions of the child item. Why wouldn't that work? If it's a child of the unit button, it should even be able to modify the size. Yeah, this is a C++ class, so I can reference any single one of these things and move them. I don't know. I think I'm just afraid, you know. I think I'm just afraid. Okay, let me actually see what they requested in terms of health. Thin colored health bar, red to green, under each unit icon. Okay, should we use the new ChatGPT and see what the new ChatGPT gives us in terms of health bars? Nah, that is crappy. Nah, I'm not doing that. Game database UI. There's this site, Game UI database. It has a collection. Though that sounds like a Gbait. It was a Gbait. There's this website where it kind of compiles. Oh, the message, smart detection, also allow. Well, you can only click the deny button, and then it won't ever. Maybe I should have the auto mod also play for when you refuse, because we don't need to ban those people, you know. You can just click deny. You just can click deny. You just need to ban them if they actually post something weird. And then you can ban them and deny them their message, and then it's too. Yeah, the issue with the auto mod. What is updated? Held is when I get one. Updated is when something changes. Message up. No, I think I don't think this works. No, this doesn't work. This is when you allow the message to show up. And the other trigger. The other trigger is the. Where is this? When it's automatically like held. But people don't see this, so people will be hearing the gun sound without seeing anything. No, I think we'll leave it as is. Because these people can see. People can see that we ban people, and people can see that we time out people. So I like this more. Okay, we'll leave it as is. Okay, hold on. My father is asking something. Hold on. Hey. Okay. RIP. They don't keep me in meetings all day. Yay! Well, for now, yeah. Don't talk too soon. Okay, so I was debating Simonot. I want to look on how health bars look in different games. But I kind of want to have a feeling on how they would look underneath this icon here. This small icon. Although it's probably in front of the thing. Yeah, I want to add like an health bar there underneath that. So, yeah. I'm looking for inspiration. I have a production release tonight. Oof. Good luck. I hope it all goes well. Yeah, production days were... Release days were always like very chaotic. This is like Age of Empires, isn't it? Yeah. Well, I was actually thinking more like this, you know? Where you have like a small bar and then an internal bar. But I don't think that we should like change the color of this. I mean, we could change it. But I don't think we need to change like the color of it. You can just see like the size of the bar. I think that should be plenty, honestly. How do you feel about using an engine versus just coding by hand? I have a hard time with visual interfaces, so just coding from scratch feels easier to me. I despise user interfaces. I hate working with user interfaces, but they need to be done, so I need to do them. But I don't like anything that is UI, like front-end web development. I hate that. I hate CSS. I hate XML UIs. I hate everything. The only thing that kind of gives me some joy is whenever I use like EM GUI, you know, like an immediate GUI library, because then it's all like developer UI and you can build it through code. So I like those more. But again, I think it's because I just don't like web development at all. So by association, I don't like UIs. Wow, we have way too much in common. Yeah. I want to believe that more people feel the same. They're just scared of saying it. This is a free space. You can... This is a safe space. You can say whatever weird shit you want. Just give the player a terminal to do everything, no UI. I'm not saying we shouldn't have UIs. I'm just saying I don't like working with UIs. Some people like working. So let them do UIs. I just rather prefer do actual gameplay stuff. That's all there is to it. Okay, let me see. How can I build an health bar in Unreal? You know, I don't know how to make an health bar in Unreal. Yeah, we found the video. 15 minutes for an health bar. Holy. Okay, pretty sure this has like 2 layers. So let's see. What do you do, my guy? Oh, there's actually a progress bar. Okay, so if there's a progress bar, I don't need anything else. Progress bar. GG. We did it. Why don't you work? Hello? GG. We have our beautiful health bar done. UI is very challenging. It's never easy. I don't know. I really cannot comment on it. It's almost the same as the entire artistic situation. Like, I'm not an artist, so I won't pretend that I am. But obviously it's very difficult for me because 1, I don't have the experience, and 2, second, I don't want to learn. Will I get banned if I say I don't want to use AI art for my game? I hate AI. I hate AI with a passion. So yeah, safe space in here. Yeah. You can redeem quotes. They cost like 1 Zord coin or whatever, 100 Zord coins. Yeah. Pretty cool. How do I get rid of this now? Yeah. Actually, like the only I already showed these. I almost always show these like every single stream. All that I'm about to show was AI made. Why? Because it's a fucking website, and I despise websites, you know? So for example, I have this neat dashboard where I have all of the streams that I've done, you know, with the category, with their duration. And this also allows me to confirm if they have exported them to YouTube, so that I have like a backup on YouTube as well or not. And on this case, you can see that the stream that we did this morning hasn't been exported yet, you know? And then when I click on this button, it automatically opens the Twitch panel, and I can do just export, unlisted, start export. Pretty easy, you know? And then sometimes when I refresh, it sometimes takes like 2 minutes to update. But then when I refresh, it will eventually go from not exported to uploading. And then it will keep at uploading until it finishes upload on YouTube. But once YouTube knows that the thing is being uploaded, then I immediately get a URL to go to the YouTube page. So I can like change the title and oh, see, like, now it's uploading. So now I can click on the YouTube creator page. See, it's already uploading with the proper title and all. Pretty cool, pretty cool. And I will need to change the title, because I always include the current day on the title, just so I better know what the hell is going on. But yeah, when it finishes uploading, it will go to unlisted, and then I need to actually come here and put as public, and then it will appear as published. It's pretty cool. And why did I build this? Because sometimes I didn't know which videos I had already uploaded or not. Sometimes the upload failed and I needed to retry, and then I couldn't keep track of what was done and what was missing. So I used an LLM to build this, because I have zero interest in doing this myself. But I mean, it's pretty cool, it's useful, it works. Good job. Then I have another tool, which is part of the same streamer helper thing that I'm doing, which is this viewer monitor. And try not to get scared, okay? But this essentially shows me who's watching the stream in real time. And it even tells me for how long that person is like watching the stream. So if one of you were to leave the stream, this would get like reset to 0, you know? And why did I build this? It wasn't because of this. It was because of the non-followers. Because if I have people that do not follow the channel and they've been here watching for like 10 or 15 minutes, I usually do... Oh, he left. He left. Confirmed working. This only updates like once every 30 seconds or something. But I built this for the non-followers, you know, where if someone that is not following the channel is watching the channel for like 10 minutes or 15 minutes, then I get a reminder. I get like an audio cue on that PC there, so it's not coming out of the phone headphones, but I get like an audio cue that tells me, okay, someone has been watching this for like 10 to 15 minutes, so maybe just remind generally people to follow your channel. And that's usually how I get my followers. So yeah, I would say that this little tool that I did works. And sometimes people follow without even having sent a single message on stream, you know? So yeah, it's pretty cool. I really enjoy the functionality of this. It's not because of this. This is just so I actually know if my mods are on or not, so I can decide if I ban people by myself or if I wait. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. I like this sort of dashboards. I wouldn't want to build them on my own because I freaking despise web development, but yeah, I use the AI for that. But now for actually fun stuff that I enjoy doing, there's no chance I'm letting the AI doing that for me. Absolutely no chance. Okay, how do I actually want to do this? Can I put the... I want to put the progress bar inside of this, but I wonder if... does it need to be like this? Nah. Nah, bro. Maybe it needs to be this? I don't even know. Can I do this? Maybe. Let's see. But yeah, that's my AI take for the day. That I give my AI take every single day. Whoa. Pretty cool. Padding 0. Despise AI, web, and UI. Yes. Despise everything. Everything sucks. That's the take. Little bro, why are you... This is also similar to... Okay, I think I need to add a different wrapper. Probably like a canvas panel or some crap like this, where I can scale the button. It occupies like 100%. Okay, and then here I can add the progress bar there. You know? Okay, this kind of looks a little bit better. Oof. Oof. Yeah, this is the part where now everything is gonna be hard. Where everything is gonna be difficult. Okay, bro, can you like... Okay. Can I actually change like the canvas panel stuff? You know? And if I were to move these there, you know? Something like 10% or something. Ay. Fuck. I already messed it up. But this is not even square anymore. The hell? See, that's why I don't like working on this. Can I... Is there a button to like discard everything? No. Because I have like changes pending. What if I don't want to save them, you know? I just want to legit discard this. I don't know. Okay, I need to wrap this with canvas panel. Okay. We'll keep as is. And now I need to... Why is it showing like this, you know? I need to do it. Oh, okay. Oh, I actually want this. Okay. No, this is not what I want. I don't want the text button. Or is this because of that? Also no. Okay. Will this look good even? Let's see how terrible this is gonna look. Not terrible. Not terrible. What about the single guy? Also not terrible. I can get behind this, you know? I can get behind this. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. But I wonder if I were to... Is this clickable if I click there? No. This isn't clickable. Okay, but this doesn't look as terrible as I thought it would look, you know? So, PB health, progress bar health. Okay, what is the difference between scale and mask? The hell? Oh, okay. It goes. Oh, I see. It was like 66%. Kinda like scale. Oh, this is really cool. Look at this. Look at this. Do we like this? Mask. No, but this doesn't do anything. But the marquee stuff, pretty sweet. I think I'll want like some light gray, light green. Okay, maybe in a little bit more dark green like this. Maybe we'll be able to like show this color depending on the percentage of elf. That would be pretty good as well. is enabled. Visibility. Okay. I mean, I don't want to have don't want them to be clicked on. I mean, this is pretty sweet. Can I legit get rid of the background though? Oh. Tint. I see. Draw as box. Image. This is just a tinting for that. Never mind. Hold on. I'll read your message. Do Pro Unreal Engine users prefer Blueprints over raw C++? I feel all the professional UE users tend to like Blueprint. Well, I'm not a professional. Or at least I don't see myself as one. Maybe I am, because I've been using Unreal for like over 10 years. But I think it depends a ton on your preference, actually. It's all preference based. It's all very subjective. What I like to do is anything that is very complex game logic, I like to do it in C++, okay? But then I don't mind exposing those C++ functions that I've implemented as functions that you can call from blueprints, because then you can actually play with functionality very easily just by moving nodes over and modifying values from those nodes. Like, you won't even need to change them in code. But in the case of this game, we are trying to get rid of everything that is blueprints. We have some UI code built with blueprints. I don't know if this one is the case. This one is not the case, but this one is for sure. So you have here like this, like UI, which has like all of this blueprint code and all. This is one of the last few remnants of blueprints that still have code in them. Pretty much everything else has had this code written to C++. Blueprints is good if you don't know the syntax or like the name of the methods and all, because you can just like right click and type, and it gives you like a nice little search bar here, which depends a lot on the context of what you are doing. Like, for example, I have this flag here, which is something, I don't know what it is, but whenever you type add, it will only show the adds that are compatible to this node, you know. So this is pretty cool to, if you are like trying to figure out if a specific feature would work, you might be able to do it using blueprints, just to test things in and out and change the order of the nodes and stuff like that. But once you have your idea validated and you want to go with it, my suggestion is just pick on whatever code you wrote with blueprints and write it as a proper C++ function or class or whatever. That's how I like to do it. People do it differently. Mainly people who use mostly blueprints are people that don't have any coding background, you know. So you can go on the Googles of life and YouTube and all of that. And you can watch tutorials of non-coders teaching you how to implement some feature. And then you just need to follow along and grab the nodes and connect the nodes. And that's very cool and it feels like magic. How could a node like make something cool in the game happen? So if you have no background in coding, I would say you could use it. But if you are actually trying to do, I'm generalizing obviously, but if you are actually trying to do something commercially feasible and something that you will have more than 4 people working on it, then you actually need to depend more on C++ than on blueprints. Blueprints are good as 3D designers or game designers facing interfaces, you know, where you have your code all in C++ and then you have the blueprint as sort of you have like the Unity prefabs. Okay, so in actually your blueprints will be a prefab and then you can modify some parameters on the blueprint, but you are not actually modifying the code. You are only modifying the parameters that the developers allow you to do. That's usually how these things go in actually like professional environments. But then you have the what's the word? It's not the exclusions, the exceptions. You have Expedition 33, which won like Game of the Year in the BAFTA awards and whatnot. You know, like it won pretty much every single award that they could. This is built in Unreal, and this is mostly blueprints everywhere. So it's still possible to do a blueprint first game and be successful. But for the most of the use cases, I don't know. I enjoy coding way too much to try to write code in using blocks. That feels like that's hard to manage for a game of that size. I don't know. Because it will mostly depend on what type of architecture you are making for your game, you know? Because, I mean, that's pretty much a round-based fighting game, like Final Fantasy. You have tons of monsters, sure. You have tons of attacks, sure. Tons of animations to play, sure. But if you have all of these properly architectured and stored in like tables, you know, like as if they were like a database, meaning like this guy has these attacks and they modified this way, then you can very easily generalize one blueprint asset to like process all of those like generically, you know, because it's essentially just pulling data from different places and telling Unreal to play that data. I'm oversimplifying, obviously, but I can see how you could pull this out. But it's mostly because of the type of the game that they are, you know. You have like menus and you navigate on menus and you select the attack that you're going to make using menus. If you were to do like a proper FPS shooter or something like God of War, where you have like tons of combinations and each combination plays something different, and then they're all very like time specific, and then each combination might play different particles effects depending on the type of surface that you are hitting the combination on. Then I think it's just way better if you do all of that through code, honestly. So yeah, it highly depends on the situation. I've never played Expedition 33, by the way. All the commenting that I'm giving is based on what I've seen from trailers and gameplay videos. But I can see how you could simplify your game, even a big game as that one, to work with blueprints only. Okay, so we have the... let's try to continue working on this. So we have the health bars here, which they actually don't look that terrible. If I'm gonna be honest with you, they actually don't look terrible at all. You know? Obviously they shouldn't be showing here. They should be showing in the other menu, but it's not too terrible. So how do I want to do this? So I have this PB health here that I actually want not visible at the start, you know? So I actually want it maybe collapsed even, you know? And collapsed should mean that they don't get rendered now. They still show on that menu, but they should get rendered in-game. Hopefully. Okay, so now we are back to where we were. So this still looks pretty cool. I wonder if I actually change these. They don't feel like they are squared now. I feel like I might have messed something up with the width of the button. But I mean, it's working, and now it's not showing that bar, so that's GG. So what we need to do now is we need to show that bar only when on that button there, which is this guy right here, and then I will need to add a blueprint, what's it called, a binding property, where this is going to be a progress bar, add, and this is going to be PB for progress bar, and then health. I think that's the name, PB underscore health. Nice. Okay, so now what we need to do, mods, Simonot, I'm giving you permission. Capion. Rest in peace, my guy. Add spice. Pew pew. Hell yeah. I really like the pew pew. Okay, let me check something. What am I doing here? So am I actually setting set display data? So here I think I want to do show health progress bar true. Yeah, and then here I'm gonna do if PB health, I'm gonna do PB health set visibility collapsed. Is it this? Is slate visibility. Is slate visibility collapsed? You don't need to add the blocked term, Simonot. When you ban someone, they get auto-modded for that URL automatically. I still appreciate it. Thank you for following, Senor, Sir, I don't know how to pronounce it, LMO. Thank you very much. Free confetti, all yours. Thank you very much. I don't get how that works though, when it's not in the list. I mean, it works. I'll have to Google. Automod is essentially like a AI vibe checker, you know, and it kind of learns patterns of the messages that you mod manually. So it uses like smart detection and stuff. So based on your patterns, it learns. It learns essentially. So it's kind of magic, and you have to trust it. But at least until now, every time I've banned someone the first time, all of the subsequent messages have been auto-modded. All that contain that same URL. Okay, is this actually public? No, it's protected. Okay, so I will need then to create a member function. Visible. And then I'll need to implement this. And then if pb health set visibility visible. Selfie test invisible. Okay, I think this works. I think this works. Let's give it a try. We'll still need to update the value, obviously, but it might work. So now it should be visible when you on the multi-selection menu, and shouldn't be visible at all in the everywhere else. I always find it a little weird when I'm not calling you out, and sorry if it does seem like it, but it's very weird to me how someone can like follow a channel without like saying hi and good job, mate. Something like that. I'm not looking for validation, by the way. I'm not looking for validation. It's just weird, you know, like introduce yourself. What are you enjoying about the stream? Is this the first time you are watching? But yeah, you don't need to do that. It's more of a personal barrier for myself. Okay, pretty cool. So on single guys they don't show, on these guys they don't show, on these guys they show. Pretty good, pretty good. Now I kind of feel that by having the health bar, like the health bar is occupying part of the other guys, you know, like the top part of the icon. So I don't know if I like that. I mean, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. But the issue is that because this is not, the health bar is not clickable, or it's not self-clickable. When I click on it, it's actually clicking on whatever is below it, and what is below it is this button here. You know? So this is the first guy, and this is the other guy. So who's first? Okay, I'm gonna put this guy here. So this is the first guy. This is the other guy. So they are on opposite ends. They are on opposite ends. But yeah, when I click on this health bar here, I would think that I was clicking on this guy, but I'm actually clicking on the guy underneath. So what I kind of need to do is I actually need to somehow like extend like the area, or make the, or maybe make the progress bar clickable as well. You know, maybe I could make the health bar clickable as well. Button on clicked with index. Oh, right. So what I might need to do here, let me see. What I might need to do here is, yeah, but the progress bar doesn't have like clicks on it. The health bar doesn't have clicks on it, so in reality, maybe I'll need to move the progress bar a little bit up. But if I move it up, then it's gonna hide part of the icons, you know? And I'm not exactly sure how that would look. Besides looking like crap, that is. How do I move this up? Oh. Let me see how this looks. Maybe it doesn't look terrible. I should have a stream where I sing and people have to pay me for me to shut up. That's a plan. That's a plan. I mean, now obviously it fits the proper region, but it still looks yucky because it looks yucky because of the oh my god, of the progress bar like hiding the bottom. So what can I do here? Okay, so maybe I can add a button, like a transparent button, you know, and then I can have an image, and maybe I can have the button slightly larger. Maybe that works. I used to like tutorial videos, but now I see a tutorial and the person basically uses AI in the tutorial, and that annoys me to some extent. Maybe I'm too easily annoyed. I think we are becoming dumb, more dumb by the minute, on average. I think humanity is becoming dumber and dumber because of AI. It's not because the AI is good or isn't. That's not it. But I think people are relying too much on AI right now, and people are not using their brains. People aren't willing to stop and think about their problem. Oh, I'm coughing. I've been coughing for 3 days, but I only started coughing when I went to that weird music festival. Mr. ChatGPT, what can I have? Just go to a freaking doctor, bro. Just check your freaking medic. That's why they are there for. Don't ask ChatGPT if you have throat cancer just because you've been coughing for 3 days, you know? That's the kind of nonsense that it's now being more prevalent. Relevant? I don't know the word. That's happening more times now. The thing that someone AI piled may be signing your paycheck. Someone AI piled may be signing your paycheck, yeah. I saw a manager who said if someone knows how to code but can't use AI, I won't hire them. Yeah. I mean, that won't stop happening. I think that we are entering as a civilization, we are entering in a new era, you know. I don't think we'll ever go back. I think AI is here and will continue here. We just I got it with an ad. Whoops. Yeah. Okay, so we need to wait now. 2.5 minutes. I think you underestimate. Yeah. I don't know. Okay, so what should I do here? So what I was thinking is I could have an image which would be that image. But the image itself wouldn't be clickable, you know? The image itself wouldn't be clickable. I would have a button this size, the button would be clickable. The image would be only the regular size. Would that make sense? Would that make sense? I think it would, you know? So instead of this button image, let me think. I could have this button. This could be a button. A regular old button. Well, this is a regular button only. This is a button only. So this could be a button, but then I could have like an image there as well. You know? And then I just set the image to be the same type of image that we have there. Where is it? Here, UI square black. UI square black. Image unit. Okay, something like this. This would be the actual image, you know? These wouldn't have anything. Clear. These wouldn't have anything. Can I actually make these like transparent? Something like this. So I would have the button. I would have the button, you know? I would have the image. And the button is all of this area here. The image is only that small part there. And then I have the progress bar for the health. You know? I kinda like this. I kinda like this. So how do we do this? This needs to be the button. So the button gets this stuff here. But then we'll also need to have an image. Image. Oh, because I made the text button also have that clickable shenanigans. Oh. Well, that kind of sucks, doesn't it? It's fine. Find usages. Okay, so what I need to find here is whenever I set the style of the button, I actually... Your image is incomplete. Why? No. Clear button data. Oh. Okay, so here I want to do if image dot set image, set style, set brush, can I do this? Okay. Where do I actually set like the freaking icon? No, it's not button set style. Am I overthinking this? I'm back from hats. Hello. Welcome, welcome. Yeah. I don't think this AI wave is gonna change. I think people will continue to rely more and more on AI. Same thing for the companies and for managers. So you either need to adapt or you are fucked. That's essentially what I think. I don't like the fact that we are being forced to use AI everywhere. But I mean, if you want to keep your job, I actually don't see how you could argue differently. So yeah, I don't know. I actually don't like this music that I added. Get wrecked. If you are being forced, that means it's not really that good. I mean, we are being forced because we are being sold a dream, you know? Our managers are being sold a dream that whoever uses AI is like a 10x developer immediately. I think that's what everyone is like believing right now. That using AI just makes you 10 times better. I don't think that is true at all. I don't think that is true. But I would also say that I don't know if that's gonna change, because by the time that people start doubting the capabilities of AI is being developing so much faster than anything else, that I think that there will be a point where AI will actually be pretty good. And then once AI is actually really good, then if you kind of refuse to use AI because you are like an old school guy and you just want to do the things the old school way, then you are competing against 20-year-olds that eat AI for breakfast and can output 100 times more code than you can. So what kind of incentive does a company have to be paying some 10-year or more years senior guy, which might be earning like $200,000 a year in the US, if they can pay like 80,000 a year to a junior dev that uses AI and has more throughput than you? I agree with you. Okay, I agree with you. I do agree with you. I don't like this, but I just don't think that we, as what's the word again? I don't think that we, as a civilization, will roll back on this. I think we are just gonna move forward and move forward with maximum speed. Unfortunately. What do I want to do here? Image set brush from texture loaded icon. Okay, let's see if these kind of works. As I said, I'm dealing with production code written in AI, and it's awful. Yeah. I think AI coder is actually like 0.5x, but most people are at 0.1x by default, so it's still better. Cleaning up AI generated code where there are hundreds of thousands of lines is not fun. AI doesn't make good devs bad, it just makes their bad code faster to generate. I agree with all of you. I agree with all of it. I just also believe that we are not rolling back on this. There's no rolling back possible. Just the sheer amount of money that companies have put on to make AI kind of viable, there's no way they are willing to lose any of it. So it's gonna continue to be like pushed on our throats. It is what it is. It is what it is. Okay, let's see if this works. Oh. Why didn't you occupy the entire thing, my guy? Oh my god. Holy. Nah, this looks worse. This looks worse. No. I don't like this. I kinda liked how it looked before. Yeah, 8 button. I liked more how it looked before. No cap. For real, for reals. That sounds like someone being irresponsible. You still need to architecture what you're building. That is also true. But I also believe companies are not doing that. Which sucks, because you have probably non-experienced devs writing more code in a day than what they would write normally in 1 month. And then it's up to the more senior guys to actually make sense of it. Yeah, because at the end of the day, the company only sees numbers. And if the number goes up, good on them. But I do agree. I do agree that we need to have like more control over the type of AI shit that we are like putting in our repos. You know? Yeah. Okay. This will work. This will work. Show health. Button. In the real world, speed is valued over responsibility. That's just silly. I would say that in most companies, unless you are already like the top 3 company in your area, if you are small fish and trying to actually go against the big guys, you just focus on speed. That's how startups are created. Like, startups don't care about if they break laws even, you know? They just want to move as fast as possible. Lines per hour is a bad measurement for speed. I can cheat out thousands of lines in 1 hour without AI. It just won't work. Yeah, but the dangerous thing with AI is that it kind of works, you know. That's the entire issue. Like, it kind of works, and when it works, it's incredible. It feels like a superpower. But the difficult stuff is actually figuring out when it won't work, and if the code that the AI is actually outputting, if it's actually good enough code to be like being merged somewhere. Like, I can give you a proper example, I guess. Like, I don't use AI in any of the games that I built. Okay, I don't. I just don't like doing that. I mean, I like working on games so much that I'd rather spend my waking hours like learning how to make a game. But that's not to say that I haven't tried it. Okay, I did try it, and I did try it in specific with this game, because this game, maybe for you it might not look like it, but this game is very complex. Okay, and it has a lot of stuff that is happening behind the scenes in order to be able to run with thousands of units on screen. But I know that. But the AI doesn't know that. The AI kind of has to guess that that's what's happening. So for one of the simple tasks that I worked on, I asked the AI, like, okay, I need to implement this. Okay, I need to do. I don't really remember what was the task, but I need you to make this feature work. And in the end of the day, I clicked play, and it kind of worked. Okay, it kind of worked as the way that I specified it. What didn't work, because the AI wasn't aware of any of that, is the AI didn't know that this is a multiplayer game. You know, the AI doesn't know the type of constraints that I'm trying to make in any code that I write. It might try to copy like my way of writing code based on like the files that it's trying to read and understand, double quotes, right? But the AI doesn't have the full context as I do. So although they implemented that feature would only work for like single player local playing on this computer. That feature wasn't ready for multiplayer synchronization with 20 other players. It didn't have like rollback in case something goes wrong with the network. The AI didn't care, but apparently it worked, and that's what's kind of, just to tell that's kind of what's gonna happen as well with junior people that don't know the code base, don't know the requirements for the code or every specific situation in which that code needs to behave or interact with. They won't know what is actually required. Like they don't grasp the entire picture, you know? So they will ask an LLM, the LLM will build that thing, they will click run, they will click 2 buttons on the HTML, they will see like the button changed color, and they will be like, cool, this is ready, ship it. And the managers will see, the non-programmer managers will see the button changing the color, and they will think, cool, it's working, AI is great. And then shit hits the fan when it's actually deployed, because then some more state needs to be kept synchronized with other machines, and it isn't, because the AI didn't know, the junior person didn't know, the manager didn't think they needed to tell the junior developer about it or the AI about it. So that's the kind of slop that we'll be getting for the forthcoming years. It's just shitty software that kinda works. But I believe there will be a point in time where the AI will actually make software that just works in any situation. But for the following 5 to 6 years, you're gonna eat shitty code and shitty software. I don't see how changes are made to a system in feature tickets, and then the lines of code is used as a metric. AI is good when you are building something new for the first time, but against a live code base, it's a disaster. It introduces so many regressions, it's a nightmare. I have to clean up so much stuff. That is true, but at the same time, you can kinda guide the AI to make more safe code, you know? And one of the ways that people tend to do is, with your current code, don't let the AI change your code. Make the AI build a bunch of unit tests, integration tests, all of that nonsense, without changing a single line of code that you control. Only allow the AI to add code, not to change code. And once you have a ton of tests that kind of test properly what are you supposed to do, then you can have the AI like modifying behavior. And you can literally tell them to do, okay, build this feature and don't stop until all the tests pass. And don't touch any more tests. Because what the AI likes to do is the AI likes to change the tests to work with the feature and not changing the feature to work with the tests, you know? So if you were to force AI to do a test-driven development, it works a little bit better. But junior devs need to know about this. Managers need to know about this, but they don't know about it because it's the first time that they are in the job market or the first time that they are actually trying to use AI for anything. So they just vibe with it. I use Claude daily. Sometimes it even one-shots stuff perfectly, but I have to treat it like a junior that may mess up badly at any given time. AI is good at happy paths, but not failure modes or error handling. That's where it starts to run into issues. With great power comes great responsibility. That sounds like a lack of tests, I guess. If there were tests for the multiplayer requirements, then it would at least be forced to keep going until it works. Although writing tests is a lot of work in itself. Or you can have the AI do it. Or AI will just change the code to pass the test. But then you can ask the AI to not... Well... But changing the code to pass the test, if the test was working before, you know, and now it doesn't, you want it to change the code, not to change the test, because at some point you have to tell the AI, this is set in stone and you are not allowed to modify this part. So you just need to decide that any given feature that you are working on, you need to decide, are you allowed to change tests only, or are you allowed to only change behavior? And not both, because if you allow AI to change both, then you'll get shitty code, shitty tests. AI will not listen to you. Well, that's when you don't accept the PRs, you know? When you ask the AI to not modify tests and it modified tests, then that PR is not allowed to be merged. It will listen until it doesn't, yeah. I would say those are expected growing pains, like of the current system. I don't think the current system is good enough where each question you send to an AI just like copies like the entire text, but at the same time it only actually listens for the first few lines of text and the last few ones, and then the middle ones are always like kind of compressed and summarized to save on context space or whatever. I believe that will eventually change. I believe it will eventually get better, but for now it's a terrible experience and people rely on it too much. If people would take everything from AI with a grain of salt, I think we would be safe if everyone were to do it. But because each one of us has our own defects, people they'd rather pretend AI is good just so they don't have to do their job properly. Ever try to train a human? Same thing. We'll listen till it doesn't. Well, if you are a parent, you probably have experience with that. AI is really bad with threading. Well, then ask it to use Rust. Retry logic, anything that's system programming, it looks plausible, but it introduces nasty bugs. That's why AI is probably disastrous for gaming. No cap, for real, making a game is one of the most challenging software projects that you can ever do. It touches so many subjects. It's just so difficult to actually have everything working like properly connected, you know, and smoothly and all. What the fuck happened with the image? What the hell? Oh my god. Why don't I have an image there? This shit is weird. This shit is weird. Button, PP health. Button, set style, button. This is just like refactors. I'm not deleting code, my guy. I just changed the name. Why won't you work? Button. See? UI sucks. I don't know what I hate most. I don't know if I hate more AI, if I hate more UI, or what the fuck. Anything 2 letters where the second letter is a I hate it. Yeah, not everything that ends with a I. Just 2-letter words that end with an I. Terrible. Absolute terrible. Single unit selection, sure. B unit icon, sure. Button, image. Oh. What did I actually change here? Oh, because I made it like transparent, I guess. No. No. I know. I need the... What's it called? Oh my god. UI, not ability, not back. UI button? No. For fuck's sake. What's it called? UI... Square black. Let's see if this works now. I'm definitely glad I don't have to write the game engine. Yeah. I mean, working on your own game engine is like, why? Why would you do it to yourself? It's just so freaking complicated for absolutely no reason. Why would you do it? You know? Come on, why is this not working? I messed up something now, and now it doesn't work. So, yeah. Yeah, timing across everything in your game, that is where most concurrency bugs, timing and sync issues. Computers don't have a concept of time, it's hard to build timing. That's why we have logical clocks, and AI has no temporal awareness. It's obviously not gonna be perfect, not really anything at all. Gotta use it where it's at its strongest. If you were yakking about AI while you introduced but technically, if you were yakking about AI while you introduced a bug. Oh, if you were yakking about AI while you introduced a bug, technically it's still AI's fault. Yeah, because I lacked concentration because I was yapping about AI, and now this shit doesn't work. For fuck's sake. What happened here? Legit, no cap, for real. What happened here? Oh yeah, I think it was the tinting. Hold on. Okay, fixed. Fixed. First try. I'm wishing they'd push AI more. I think the moment they push it out more, the more AI-related disasters happen, and the more people start to learn their lessons. Just pleading with people won't do any good. They have to live with the decisions. Yeah, they have to suffer the consequences of their acts. 100 billion%. I mean, this is kind of working. Why is this blinking weirdly though? I mean, it doesn't look terrible. I kind of like that it blinks a little bit. I don't know if they will like it, but at least it seems like we are actually like hovering over a button, you know? Not too shabby. See? Do I like this? They probably won't like this at all. Oh well. Okay, so apparently that works. Is Dota and LOL technically a real-time strategy? Yes, they are. Essentially, there are only two types of strategy games. They are either real-time strategy, where you are free to move whatever enemy to whatever position and attack with whatever attack at any given time. Okay, so that's real time. And then you have turn-based, where first you do something and then the opponent does something, and then you react on the next turn to what the opponent did. So yeah, there's really only two school of thoughts there. So everything that's not turn-based, it's real-time. What do I want to do here? Let me think. I kinda wanna... Here on show health progress bar, I kinda want to pass like a percentage, you know? And then here I will do a set percentage. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Float percentage. And where is this used? Nowhere. Good. Okay, so here I need to figure out the data. I need to figure out the data for this guy. How do I get the data for this guy? Selected entity data. Let me check the single selection widget. Because these fuckers here, they do a bunch of nonsense stuff. Oh. So I can literally just grab the world and do everything I want. Cool. GG. First try. First try. Oh my god, what's this? So what I actually want to do is I wanna entity data dot entity ID. This is gonna give me the health data, and here I want to do current health as float divided by max health. GG. This is all I want to do. I can never be good at LoL or Dota. I'm so bad at using the mouse. Do you mostly work with HUD design? If I were to work with only HUD design and UI design, I don't want to say it, but I wouldn't be working on a game development. I would probably be like a UX developer or something. No, I absolutely hate the random meters of the chart today. I absolutely loathe UI stuff. But I'm not the one that chooses what I work on for this game. Again, it's not my game. I'm helping a couple of friends. They own the game. They pay me to do work. So whatever they ask me to do, I just do it. And I don't complain. I'm very thankful. I'm very thankful for them for letting me work on this. Currently it's UI stuff, but I've also worked on gameplay. So just the last week has been less than ideal, I would say. Okay, so cool. We have an health bar. Now, question is, if I throw this guy there, will we see the health bar update in real time? No. Cool story, bro. Cool story, bro. Okay. The song is new as well. Now I'm so used to the other songs that whenever a new song plays, I can like immediately tell. Okay. So how should I do this? Do I have like a tick method on widgets? Do I get like a tick every once in a while? I essentially just want to call these like every once in a while, you know? Reconstruct. Because the alternative is me checking for damage, and whenever I get damage, I need to check if one of the damage ones was inside my selected. And if they were, then I need to update my selected entity stuff, which maybe is not ideal. Public, add, bind, cancel, construct, destruct. Get anchors, get caller is visible. Get root. Whoever decided that this freaking column looked great shouldn't be doing web dev. This is fucking terrible to read. Look at this nonsense. What the hell? Okay. Do I get a tick? Global tick manager for running stuff. Tick blueprint function. The hell? The widget is allowed to tick. Void tick. Override in derived classes, but always call the parent implementation. Native tick. Post tick. I kind of like to see streamers rant. I feel like if I were a streamer, I would rant a lot. I'm a streamer and I rant a lot. I don't know if that's what people enjoy watching on my stream. Or maybe Dudesor needs to use streamers speak. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I've been working remotely for years and years. And essentially, all of my days would be me just working, looking at the computer and not like interacting with anyone. Besides maybe having a 1 hour meeting every day. So this kind of feels refreshing, you know, just like talking with people and discussing ideas. But I don't know, maybe I rant too much. Maybe I'm annoying. I'm using AI to extract the audio and plot the rage. I mean, that would be cool. That would be cool. Blueprint implementable event category. Where is the native tick? Native tick. Is this what I need to implement? Is this even getting called? Let's see. Maybe I will do it this way. They probably won't like my way of doing this, but YOLO, you know? Native tick. Native construct. Virtual void native tick. Guess how many times today you said AI? $74. Almost 44. How are you doing that? I think you are just like miming. How can you like download the audio? Are you just like listening to the sounds from your speaker? I'm miming, but I want to actually do that. I thought I said AI more than 44 times though. I actually don't know how you could do that in real time, you know? Maybe you could do that. Well, you could probably use Playwright or some sort of browser automated stuff to open the stream in like super low res, because you are kind of allowed to watch the stream offline, you know? So maybe you can pull the URL and you get like the super low res video packets, and then you need to rebuild chunks of like 10 seconds. You need to split by sentence. If you stopped mid-sentence, then you need to wait for more packets to arrive. Then you need to do a voice-to-text. You need to implement a voice-to-text translator, but you also need to somehow figure out if the way that an idea is being said, if it's ragey, or if I'm laughing, or if I sound despaired. So I don't know if you could use like an... I would say you'd probably need to train your own AI for that. Downloading from YouTube is probably easier. Well, I was thinking real time, but yeah. You can download VODs from Twitch as well. Give me the YouTube links. Can I add you as a mod or something? I probably can. I mean, the channel exists, the links are public. All the videos are here. So you can go there and choose any given video and do it. So you don't need me. It's very funny how sometimes whenever I work on the Game Boy stuff, I always get like some viewers. Like I got 10 viewers on this video, and I don't know why. Then on the other day, I did some Unreal Engine development and I got 33 views. Then I worked on Game Boy, I got 50 plus 55. It's weird. It's weird. But it only started like recently, for some reason. Okay. I want to check if I actually get these there. This called there. Entity data. Rayman Legends. The Rayman Legends editor, it's freaking amazing. I saw a YouTube video on it. Developer. It was like a developer showcase. They are a French studio, by the way. But this is like the game. Well, I don't know if they are gonna show you the editor playing. No. This is just the game, and it's just like a run, just running non-stop. Rayman Legends editor. Yeah, our Rayman Legends is done. Check this. I watched this video. This is their editor. This is how they animate the characters. All the characters are like 2D sprites, you know? But you have like a texture atlas, which you can assign tags to say if they are like a mouthpiece or whatever. Then you can add anchors. And then you can like join them with joints and stuff and animate them. Pretty cool. And this is like all sprite based. But it feels very dynamic. And these are not handmade animations, you know, like they built the different parts and then they are obviously replacing some of them, but they are also like distorting sprites to make this thing like feel dynamic and alive. This is a sheer amount of enemies that they have. This is a playable character. It has like a 10 of atlas and stuff. Very different amount of hands and they can even like tint them depending on the environment stuff. But yeah, this is not what I wanted to show you. I wanted to show you like the actual world building. So this is the game, right? Bro, can you like focus on the game? So this is the game, right? That's how you usually play, like side scroller kind of game. It's all pretty cool and all. See, game is playing and all. But then it's actually an editor, and it's a full 3D editor. Although the game is always like a 2D scroll view, it's actually 3D because you actually like layer sprites at different depths to give the parallax effect. But then all of the objects that they create, they are all like dynamically generated based on sprite data. See, like the guy moved like the nodes of these of this road, and it like generates the road with only tiles and the collisions and all of that. Like, it's pretty freaking cool. They can even like undo while playing. Yeah. I'm a sucker for this. I don't care about rendering engines, but doing this sort of tool development, it's what I love doing. This is freaking amazing. That's the kind of cool features tools you can build when not focusing on an engine. Yeah, just the rendering the entire rendering pipeline and the audio pipeline and the network pipeline and everything you need to put on to actually have a game engine running. It's terrible. But this is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. Okay, let's try to finish this. I mean, it's already 5 p.m. and I feel like I'm taking too much time implementing something that should be easy. Okay. Okay, I have one question. Let's at first validate that the actual we actually get like smaller progress bars whenever we, well, I actually want like these tanks or something. Mortars are OP. Okay, let me see. So if I throw this mortar here, I can't let him attack. I just want him to... Okay. One more, please. Okay, so it's like half health. So if I now select this, there, half health, you see? Pretty cool. So this part here is working. What is not working is updating live while this is happening. So in order for this to work, what I'm thinking about doing is I'm thinking about relying on this native tick functionality, which will essentially call every frame that this is being rendered on, and I will want to be updating those healths every once in a while, not every time, but every once in a while. So in order for me to be able to actually do that, whenever I call this populate unit grid, which I'm calling from the blueprint side of things, I think that I'll actually need to grab a copy of this, you know? I'll actually need to grab a copy of this. So I'm gonna create a field. Why would you say that this is of type int if I did this match here? The hell, my guy. But it's fine. Don't get mad. I'd say private, internal state. Okay, so I wanna hold like some selected entities here. You know? This dot, is it this dot selected entities or is this dash selected entities? Probably this dash selected entities. Cool. And then what I want to do is this part of the code right here, you know, I'm gonna want to do it for each one of those selected entities. Now, what is not ideal with this? Oh, so I actually want the sorted version. Yeah. So I want the sorted version. So I'll actually want to do selected entities equal units. Yeah. Selected units. Pretty cool. And I'll grab this, and then I'll want to do for auto entity data in selected entities. I'll want to do this. but I'll also want to, well, I want to call the show health progress bar, essentially, just this. But I also need to grab a reference to that button. Oh. Yeah, that's not ideal. Well, I have the unit buttons. So I already know. Okay, I'll need to do something like this. Int I equals 0. And then I plus equals 1. Okay. Okay, I think this should work. I don't like any of this, but I think this should work. 10 GTD is on sale. Do we know how much money that guy has made already? Probably a ton. Probably a ton. No, this cannot be a reference. Needs to be this. 10G TD Steam. Between 80 and 1,000 players. Holy. That's a ton of money. You know? That's a ton of money. The game is like $10. Selected entities. Okay, so I need to entities. Yeah, but now it should be at least, but that's 250 after taxes. So after stream taking its cut. So if it has how many people were there? If it has like 100k times $10, that would be around $1 million minus 30% for taxes and all. I mean, it's still more than $500,000. Good job. Good on him. And I'll hail the Orb, which is the other game from Ginger Dev. He also sold like 5,000 copies the first day. So pretty cool. He's already at around 10k. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. The Ginger Dev. Okay, let's see if this works. Okay, this needs to work because I need to do my daily Wordle, you know. Father is messaging me again. 25. Yeah, my team won the. Well, they didn't win the game yesterday. They draw. But yeah, we are on the final. on the National Cup, Portuguese Cup final. Good job, us. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so what I want to check is if I throw... Okay, hold on. If I have this, is this the last one? It is the last one. Okay, so what I kind of want to check is if I throw my guy there and I have all of this selected, this last guy here should update itself. Bloop, bloop, bloop. See? Bloop, 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 bloop. Died. Died. Flawless victory. Flawless victory. I mean, pretty cool. Pretty cool. What more do I need to change here? There's still something with the button like changing that I need to fix. Revision control. No, sir. View changes. Diff. Depot. So is depot the current one? Or what does depot mean? I don't know. Okay, what changed here, my guy? Diff. No, I mean, I think this is what I want to do, right? I want to compare what I have right now with the latest version. Okay, this just removed the variable B image, which text changed in right revision. Whatever. Drawers changed. Oh. No, but I mean, this is wrong. This is wrong because I shouldn't have renamed that. Okay, I'm gonna rename this back to B image. I'm gonna change that back to B image button. Shift F6, B image. Running a property. Yeah, bro, trust me. Of course I don't want you to replace that comment, what the fuck? Okay. I just wanna like check. I just want to check what I actually like changed, you know? Holy crap. Holy shitty. Text replacement. Yeah, I kind of want to figure out what the hell I put on that unit button thing. Oh boy. Okay, this is like all regular stuff. Okay. I need to close this, I need to stop this, I need to launch this again. I need to be able to do that diff, you know? I don't trust that diff. Okay. Let's open the widget blueprint. Unit button. Bro, why didn't you change the freaking thing? Cool, thank you. Okay, now I actually want to diff, you know? I don't understand this. Oh, this is just like opening the everything. Okay, so I got rid of the Q text here for some reason, which was here before. I mean, good on ya. Why? Why is this not showing the text even if I write it there? What the hell is going on? Set changed value. Okay, so I changed the slot, yes. Oh. I'll go eat and stuff. See you tomorrow, I guess. Yeah, I'm gonna leave in about 10 to 15 minutes, I think. So, thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. I mean, this just changed because it's not a canvas slot. Should I make these No, because scale box can only be one of them. I'm kinda afraid that this now looks a little bit different, you know? Layout data. Drawers. So before it was a drawers nothing. And now is a normal style. It's drawers image, and before it was drawers none. Oh, drawers none. Oh, GG. Okay, maybe this is the only thing that we were missing. Normal. The hell? Widget text button. Oh, text button. I see. No, hold on. This is not correct. It's just a text button. A text button was none. It was draw as none as well. And the image size was 32. Okay. No, but this image is not a draw as none, it's a draw as image, I think. Okay, let's try and do the diff again. Text button. Widget style image type. What do you mean? Image type changed? What image type? And right is revision. Image type. Yeah, I don't know where they are seeing that. Okay, but apparently they should have fixed the thing getting like slightly brighter. I think. I don't know. Yeah, so now they are like full bright every time. Pretty cool, pretty cool. And now if I were to send these two guys there, look at them. Oh. Can I get one more attack before dying? Yeah. Can I get just a single attack before dying? Yes. Okay. Pretty sweet. Okay, I think this is kind of fixed. Does it still work when I click on it? It does. Okay. Good job. Good job. I mean, it's working. It's working. How long did this take us? More than I think would need, for sure. But I mean, it works. It freaking works. Good job. Add a health bar to BWP unit button. Add optional health bar. Pushed. Okay, good job. So now I need to say that we spent around 2 hours on this. 2 hours on this. if we discount all of the miming. Okay, so I think now I'll just do my daily Wordle, you know. Simonat, are we here? So we can try it as well. If not, it's fine. I'll do it on my own. I'm not scared. Okay, so first word, same as every time, penis. Second word, well, radio has the I, so the or that's no eat oats no. What? No, I need to put more like vowels. I need to put A, O, and U on the same word, just so I validate like all of the vowels pretty much immediately. Yeah, I don't know if I know words. I have like bar, broad. Oh, let's sorry, broad. Fail. Okay, so it might have a U or a W or a Y. It has a E. So M or C. Sef, Sej. Setul. Whoa. Wool. No, doesn't exist. I don't know words. It might seem that I know English. I don't know English. I don't know English words. Okay, I like the T. T. Tweed. It cannot be because of the D there. Tween. It cannot be because of the N. I mean, I kinda don't wanna... Oh! That was a long shot, and I kinda got it. Tweel? Is tweel a word? Tweef? Bruh. Tweez? Tweez? I mean, it could be tween. Tween cannot be because of the N. Tweez from tweezers? No. Tweet. Oh. Tweet. I mean, I don't know about you, but going from penis, broad, to tweet, you need to say that the jump from the second to the third one was very unexpected. Tweet. I mean, tween is like an interpolation thing. Tweed is like clothing. Twill, I don't know what twill is. I think it's a fabric type, a name for a fabric or something. Twill. Oh, it's one of these airless tires. Hello, Ikiwix. Good afternoon. So you have been watching the stream and didn't say even hello. How dare you? How dare you? You've been here the entire time. Haven't you? Sad. Sad face. Can say hello, I'm watching anonymously. So you just logged in to say that I suck at Wordle? And that's what's happened? Exactly. Damn. Okay, I'm sorry then. I hope everything is alright with you. I miss you. You haven't been here. Sad. Then there's also Game Wordle, but I don't know enough about games to know this. But I will try together, because now I have you, you know? Can we do the other one? Which other one? The country one? Or the one integrated with Twitch where chat can play? I don't like that. But yeah, there's a sort of words with friends, I guess. Or words with friends Twitch. Something like this. I don't know. Words on stream. I think that's what you mean, right? This one. Yeah, I mean, this is only fun if we have like 5 people typing. If it's only you and me, then meh. Meh. Okay, cover heart. By the colors only, this kind of looks like a Rayman. Nope. What the hell is this? If you know the answer, don't tell it. So it's none of this. It's not from the PS4. It's not an adventure. It's not platform. It's not anything. I have no freaking clue what this is. 3 average guess attempts. Oof. I have no clue. What can I type here? This is not Lego, although the shape of the head is like really weird, you know? It's not Lego, but it's like Lego-esque. It's like 3 letters. Mao, Shao, Mao. Shaolin something. I never understand this stuff. Like, does this mean that I'm wrong or that I'm right? It's freaking too much difficult. What letter is this? Ayo. It's not a... either A. Kinda looks like an N, maybe? No. Knack. I have no idea what this is. Knack. GG, we got it. I've never heard about this game. Holy crap. Okay, cool trailer and all, but what do you actually do in this game? So you are built out of random garbage. Noted. Never heard of it. Next one. Artwork. Purple air. Purple air. This feels like some kind of Dracula thing. Castlevania? Obviously not, but blue and purple. There's a guy shooting here. The colors kind of remind me of Sonic versus something, you know, like the blue and the red and all of that. But it's not that. Could be some sort of fighting game. Well, there's two characters playing, so it might be like something like Time Crisis. I have no idea. Yeah, this feels like something like Time Crisis. I have no idea what this is. Police nuts. Absolutely not. Okay, character from a game. This looks something out of Dark Souls or Elden Ring. Search for the character. Elden Ring. Oh, but I need to actually type the name of the character, then I don't know. But I would say that it's something from Elden Ring or Dark Souls. Yeah. 3 billion%. Oh, it's this freaking girl. I don't know. I don't know her name. Which video game does this belong to? Elden Ring. Who was this? Malenia, obviously. Keywords: mascots, rabbits, suburbs. There was a Super Mario game with rabbits. Super Mario. What was it called? Super Mario Party Run Strikers World. Maybe it wasn't called Super Mario. There was a Nintendo game. There was a Nintendo Switch game where you have all of the known Nintendo characters, but you also had like rabbits there with rabbies and stuff. Mario plus rabbits. Yeah, maybe this is what I want. Kingdom Battle. Correct franchise. Well, fuck you too, then. So it's either gonna be Sparks of Hope or I don't know which one. For fuck's sake. Blah, blah. Small stage, pile trash, Citadel, slow spacing on planet. I don't know, but it's obviously rabbits. Rabbids. I don't know which one it is. Weird humor, arcade style, collect junk. Rabbit, go home. GG, we did it. We did it. Now guess. Now here you have to guess without actually having zero idea of what the game is. I'm gonna go FIFA. So it's older than 2010. Older than 2010 by Electronic Arts. Action, non-fiction. It's not either sport or simulator. By Electronic Arts. So it's a EA game, just not a EA Sports game. Yeah, I never understand how these work. So if it's red, none of the clues match. If it's yellow, one of these are true. So it's either non-fiction or action. EA Games action? It's probably not co-op. EA Games, an old school EA game. Third person isometric bird view. I have no clue. Tomb Raider. Okay, so it's single player only. Third person single player. Between 96 and 2000. Well, between 97 and 2000. It's obviously non-fiction action game. So it's an action only game. Yes, puzzle platform. The thing here is the Electronic Arts, you know. I don't know about the Electronic Arts games. It was releasing a bunch of these. 96. 96 is still PlayStation 1 era. So it's not PlayStation 3 for sure. Electronic Arts. Single player, third person. action adventure platform. Could be like Crazy Taxi. No, but Crazy Taxi was only for the Dreamcast and PC. No, Crazy Taxi came after that. Crazy Taxi is from like 2003 or 4, I think. 99. Oof. Yeah, I don't know Electronic Arts games. I don't know Electronic Arts games. I never actually like view Electronic Arts as being a game developer. They are always like a publisher. For me, Electronic Arts are only like sports games, you know? A shooter. Is that a shooter? Third-person shooter? From Electronic Arts? It cannot be Halo. Killzone, maybe? No, Killzone is PlayStation 3. Yeah, I don't know. Shooter, Electronic Arts. Because even the other games from... No, but this is way too old. There wouldn't be... what's it called? Don't even remember the name. In-house engine. So it was the Ignite engine. It wasn't core design. It was in-house engine. It was something else. Electronic Arts. It cannot be sports. Neither Sims. An action game. Okay. What is a Electronic Arts shooter game? Third-person shooter. From the year 2000 or 2001. It's not Killzone. Killzone is way too recent, I think. Yeah, then it's not even those. Oh my god. Well, it's also not a shooter. So it needs to be a platformer puzzle game. Action puzzle game. No. Could it be like Harry Potter? Maybe. Like Harry Potter and first one, what's it called? Sorcerer's Stone. Okay, so it was published by Electronic Arts. From the year 2000 specifically. Platform puzzle adventure. So it was... PC only. So a PC only. So it's a PC only. From the year 2000. Action game. EA publisher. Third person. Holy. 2000. Okay, so a Windows game, an action game from the year 2000. Single player only. Published by EA. Third person camera. I wish I knew. I wish I knew. Published by EA. 2000s. I didn't even play anything in the 2000s. Action. PC, no. I didn't even have a computer in the year 2000. It cannot be like any of the Microsoft Flight Simulator things. Cannot be Fable, because Fable also came out on the original Xbox. But the original Xbox is a PlayStation 2 era, so it's also not here. I legit do not know. I don't think it can be like Morrowind or anything like that. Or Oblivion. No, so it didn't even came on the. Well, maybe it came on the Xbox, but it also came on more stuff. No, but Xbox and PlayStation here is weird. One-time clue. Do we take the one-time clue? Can only be used once per game. Horror. It's an horror game. Action fantasy horror game from the year 2000 on the PC. Published by EA. It called that game that implemented GOPS, goal-oriented action planning. It was called I don't know. By the time that they implemented, oh, it was called Fear. Fear. Fuck. Fear is too old. I don't know. Does anyone have any idea? Any idea whatsoever? Horror game third person from the year 2000. Published by EA. The published by EA is the thing that is like messing me up. Horror game third person published by EA. Resident Evil is not... No, well, Resident Evil is a shooter. Well, I guess they put action here. But Resident Evil is not EA. Is it? No. Oh, it couldn't be a shooter. Why did I do this? Couldn't be Resident Evil. Okay, let's try to guess. Year 2000, third person, horror game, shooter. Single player. So it's horror, fantasy, action. Platform, puzzle, adventure. Platform, puzzle, adventure. Action, horror, plus fantasy. Well, the summary helps. So the only additional information that I have is that it's all of this plus a Windows game published by EA. Horror game. I don't know. There are a couple of Japanese horror games or Korean horror games, but I don't know their name. I also don't know if they would come from the year 2000. I've never played any of them, so... Yeah, it's not something that I've ever played. That's the only thing that I can assure you. Windows. Yeah, I don't know. What type of scary games do I have here? I have Amnesia, but Amnesia is it's not a... It's first person, it's not third person. Then I have the other ones that start with P, which are the... No. I don't remember their names, hold on. Library. I have them all. PPP, Penumbra. Could it be one of the Penumbra games? They are fairly old. Black Plague? I doubt it. American McGee's Alice. I never played these in my life. I never heard about this, but this doesn't look a 2000 game. American McGee's always. Thousand. Well, it looks like shit. It doesn't look like anything like the trailer though. This looks like Harry Potter or something. Oh well, we lost. GG. Okay, everyone, thank you very much for watching the stream. We were able to finish our health bar feature, so good job us. And I think that tomorrow, I don't know if I'm continuing working on the Unreal Engine game, or if I'm doing some Game Boy development or not. It will depend if I have more features to do tomorrow, if they give me more features to work on. In any case, I appreciate you all for staying with me and keeping me some company, and I'll see you again another day, another time. Okay, sounds good, sounds like a plan. GG's, last confetti for the day, and I'll see ya tomorrow, hopefully. See ya, bye bye.